Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 173. And if you're a DC fan, then boy, today was an event, to say the least. So today, we finally got the announcement of the new grand plan for the DCU, for James Gunn's and Peter Safran's new DCU, or I guess new DCU. I don't even know, but this is supposed to be the next restart for DC movies. And it was referred to as like DC Universe Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, and the only two movies that, of all the projects they announced for like movies and shows and whatnot, there are only two movies got release dates. One of them isn't even a DCU movie, it's referred to as an Elseworlds story. And both of these movies were technically announced. Well, one wasn't technically announced, the other was unofficially announced in a way, but both have titles and dates. And those movies are Superman Legacy and The Batman 2. Both are coming out in 2025, which is being declared as a big year for their new DC universe. And Superman Legacy, that's July 11th, and The Batman 2 is October 3rd of 2025. So, yeah. Um Obviously these movies were announced. Well, one was obviously The Batman 2 was announced. I remember it was announced like a month after the Batman came out. Obviously the Batman was going to get a sequel. I mean, it made enough money to justify a sequel. So, yeah, of course, we all knew that would happen. They wouldn't cancel that. That'd be stupid. And Superman Legacy, like we knew a new Superman movie was getting made, or at least being written, because as you know, Henry Cavill got the boot from the DCEU, uh, literally right after he was in Black Adam as like the big post credit scene to set up Black Adam versus Superman. Like it was such a big deal, everyone was excited, and then Henry Cavill, like what, a week or so later, I don't remember the exact date, but he was out as Superman, and now Black Adam, that movie is worthless, absolutely worthless. Oh, and I didn't even mention Black Adam 2 being canceled too. Yeah, this. Oof. But James Gunn, he was writing a new Superman movie, and that Superman movie is this Superman Legacy, which was described here. Well, it's being described as like this is really the start of the DCU, kind of like what Man of Steel was. That was supposed to be the start of the DCU, and we all know what happened after that. I mean, just going through the whole history, pre James Gunn, Peter Safran, before they stepped in. I mean, what did we have? We had Man of Steel, we had Batman v Superman, then Suicide Squad, then Wonder Woman, then Justice League, then Aquaman, then Aquaman, then Shazam. Joker doesn't count. That's in a bubble. Um, what else? Birds of Prey, then Wonder Woman 1984, then the Suicide Squad. The Batman was also in a bubble, and then Black Adam, and now we're here. And I didn't even mention all the movies that are coming out this year that were already like made before James Gunn, Peter Safran became like the new leaders of this whole thing. Shazam 2, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman 2. And then there's also Joker 2, but that's also in its own bubble, so it doesn't matter all that much in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, and Superman Legacy is not an origin story. Thank Christ for that. We do not need another. We know the origin of Superman. It's not necessary to go through that again. So that's good, at least. And yeah, a new actor will be cast as the Man of Steel. Who's gonna be the new Superman? Who knows? I guess only time will know within like the next year or so. But yeah, this is what Chapter One Gods and Monsters. This is what it looks like. You got Superman Legacy, you got Swamp Thing, you got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, you got The Brave and the Bold, and you got The Authority. Only Superman Legacy has a date, but The dates here, the years are 2025 to 2027. So I imagine these next four are gonna get dates within that time period, like within the next few months, maybe like next year or so. I don't know. Maybe at Comic Con. I don't know. We'll see. Um, yeah, yeah, and the Brave and the Bold. I know that's supposed to feature Robin, Damian Wayne. Bruce's actual kid, his biological kid. So I mean that's kind of cool in a way. But the rest of these are like I guess like at this point a shoulder shrug. Like I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the rest of these. Um, and then yeah, and then like this was the article that detailed every little thing, the big DC plan with like all their movies and shows and stuff. Yeah, I already mentioned like the chapter one of this new saga. Then there's also the shows like animated series Creature Commandos and Waller and Lanterns and Booster Gold and Paradise Lost and what else? So apparently the overall game plan is two movies a year and two series for HBO Max. What's an 8 to 10 year plan? Okay. Um just scrolling through this. Da 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 da. Yeah, just going over everything. Oh, this is my favorite quote right here. As everyone here probably knows, the history of DC is pretty messed up. That is the understatement of the century. Like, it's not even like the whole history is so fucked. And I didn't even mention, I forgot to mention the Snyder Cut, which was like in between the Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman 1984. There was that, which, in hindsight, caused a lot of problems. Um, and then, not to mention all the movies that got canceled. I already mentioned Black Adam 2 and I guess a new, yeah, Black Adam 2. There was One Woman 3 that got canned. Batgirl infamously got canned. A bunch of movies. I think there was a Batman Beyond movie got canned too, which was supposed to have Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer in it reprising their roles, which really stings, by the way. And not to mention all the movies they had like way before this, years before this, that were canned, like Ben Affleck's Batman movie, Justice League Part 2, a Cyborg movie. It's it makes your brain melt just thinking about everything. Oh, it's God. um yeah, it's just yeah, but you know what? I'm willing to give this a chance. I'm willing to give James Gunn a chance because I mean the Suicide Squad is my favorite DCEU movie, and I love the Peacemaker show too. And both were directly from him. So I have faith that James Gunn is gonna steer this ship, this burning ship, in the right direction. Hopefully, we'll see. But if he doesn't, then well, at least we have something to laugh at, right? But I'm gonna give him a chance. I think. Well, James Gunn's like him making a Superman movie. I think is going to be real interesting considering his style. It's going to be. It could be a real interesting take on the Superman character, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, only two movies to have dates: Superman Legacy, the Batman 2. Everything else is up in the air, and yeah, that is it. Yeah. So now it's time to ask that favorite question on what will happen next. I mean, obviously, I knew this plan was going to get announced. I didn't. I think he's James Gunn. He said in January, but I didn't expect to be like the last day of January. But whatever. But yeah. So what does the calendar look like? February should be fine. There's no reason for anything to change at the last second, really. March. same thing. Uh, April, same thing, really. There's May. Fast X now has a poster, so it seems like its marketing campaign is about to begin. So that's good, I guess. um, yeah, June. The Boogeyman got like a poster and a trailer, so its marketing campaign has begun. The Flash, it's still coming out. Like it's ugh. I Man, when I make my prediction video on that movie, there's gonna be so much to discuss. It's gonna be something. I'm still not watching the movie, but I'm gonna love talking about it because it's gonna be a video. I can tell you that when I eventually make it. So yeah, but the rest of June looks fine. July, same thing. August, same thing. Well, there's Blue Beetle. I'm amazed that still existed. Like that still exists after everything that's happened in like the last year when it comes to Warner Brothers and DC. That the Blue Beetle survived. That's remarkable. I don't know if it's gonna be a big hit. I don't see that happening, but we'll see. Then you got September, then October, then November, December, and is blah. And there's Aquaman 2, which one could argue is like the final the final chapter of the original DCEU, or at least the DCU as we knew it before we hit the reset button with DC Universe Chapter 1. All right. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to watch it. If Amber Heard's in it, I refuse to watch it. Like, I'm putting my foot down when it comes to that. And then all these movies that are undated that who knows when they'll ever release. Salem's Lot, I'm convinced, is dead at this point. It has been how many months? I think I made that video in June or July when it got like undated. No, I'm pretty yeah. Wait, no, I think it was like August. It got undated, so it's been a long time since it's been the ether. And then you got 2024 is blah 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 blah. Nothing here has really changed. Da 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 blah. And then December 2024, the Battle of a Lifetime, Avatar 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the Battle of the Blue Characters. It better stay that way. I don't want either of those movies moving because that that showdown needs to happen. It needs to. And then you got 2025. Obviously, a lot of this is going to get, added in. A lot of these DC, the two DC movies that were announced, they're going to get added in soon. But yeah, that's what the next 2 years look like. So yeah. Anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage, all previous cancel episodes I made the channel. All the episode, all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I mentioned the Batman 2. I forgot which episode that was. I know I made that back in April. I made like a ton in April, so let me look it up. The Batman. It was episode 121. I talked about it alongside the Barbie movie, Coyote versus Acme, Venom 3, and Ghostbusters 4. Talked about it alongside those movies. So, episode 121. You want to watch that episode, go right ahead, or any other episodes. There's now 173, including this one. So, want to binge them all from beginning to now, go right ahead. I highly encourage it. Go do it. There's also box office predictions where I predict box office for movies. This weekend, I have two movies to do. I have 80 for Brady, and I have Knock at the Cabin. So stay tuned for those. But if you want to watch any of the past prediction videos I made this year or any other years, I made them. You can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. January recap will come out next week. Yeah, next week. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.